Hello beauties, welcome back to the Jolie Beauty channel. If you're new here, my name is Jolie Cash and it's a pleasure to have you watching today. So we asked you guys on Instagram what look you wanted us to do from the Golden Skies palette today, and actually I was quite surprised with the result. You guys wanted a very neutral and natural Rose Gold Glam, that's the one. I'll get there in the end. And this is the look that I came up with. We've had so much amazing feedback on our Golden Skies palette and we're just so overwhelmed with happiness that you guys love it just as much as we do. Some of my actual makeup idols have been singing their praises about the palette and that just makes me so happy. The queen of blending, Anouk, the BBC glow up star, Ellis, just to see their comments and how much they've been loving the palette just fills us with so much happiness. So if you haven't gone to check the palette out yet, the link will be in the description bar below so you can check it out. Anouk has done a couple of tutorials with the palette already, so I'll also be linking her tutorials in the description bar below if you want to check those out as well. So without further ado, let's get on to the look. So just before I begin, I'd like to address the elephant in the room. I think I had a little mosquito visitor last night because I've woken up with what can only be described as a massive lumpy bite on my head, which is delightful, just delightful. I'm not quite sure what mosquito thinks it's nice to do a bit of sucky on my forehead, but thank you ever so much for giving me this gift for today, just when I'm about to film. Anyway, the show must go on and let's just try and look past that. So as ever, I've got my eye primed ready. I've used the P. Louise base in Aroma 02. This is a slightly darker colour because I'm doing a more natural look. I don't like to use like a stark white base so much when I'm doing like bronzy natural tones like this. So starting out with my transition colour, I'm using the number 3, which is a large fluffy brush, into the shade Warmth. And I'm just popping this all the way into my crease and all over my eye, blending and swirling and using this as a transition shade. These shadows blend so beautifully, it really does all the work for you. And I'm taking this colour out towards the edge of the brow as well because I want to create a nice blown out effect. Taking the number 7, which is a small domed blending brush, I'm taking the shade Mystery and I'm going to take this on the outer edge of the eye up into the crease, concentrating it on the outer third of the eye. So I'm very excited at the moment because I'm going on holiday next week, and it's not just a holiday, it's a very special holiday. It's actually going to be my honeymoon, and everybody in the office and all my friends think I'm a little bit crazy because I have left it completely up to my husband where we're going, and I don't know where we're going. You may think that sounds like, oh, that'll be a nice surprise. You don't know my husband. It's also not just our honeymoon, it's also a very special birthday for me. So he's really got to impress with this one. I think when I agreed to him doing all the organisation, I was like really busy with the brand and work, and it just seemed like such a good idea at the time. But now I'm kind of reflecting on it a little bit. It probably wasn't the smartest idea. And that's just because my husband is kind of like the equivalent of maybe like Bear Grylls. So he loves action, adventure, that kind of thing. I wouldn't be surprised if I don't end up somewhere in the jungle, like knee deep in mud, hating life. I just wouldn't put it past him, let's put it that way. Actually, now I think about it, he has actually taken me through the jungle before. Oh God, what have I let myself in for? So a few years ago, we were backpacking through Australia and we went through, I don't know, we were going like rock climbing somewhere, and he basically dragged me through this jungle, which basically ended up with me getting bitten by a spider, having to be rushed to hospital, and having an injection in not such a nice place. Delightful, delightful. So you can only imagine what's going to happen on this honeymoon. I was so excited to begin with, and now I'm like, I'm scared, guys. I'm scared. So if I'm not back in like a couple of weeks, you know what happened. You know what happened.
You know where you are! You're in the jungle, baby! You're gonna die!
It best not be the bloody jungle. I'm just switching between the two shades and the two brushes and keep on blending them into one another to get that really smoked out effect. As I always say, the key to blending is switching between the two colours until you get them to seamlessly go from one to another. So my question for you today is, would you let your boyfriend, husband, girlfriend, wife, partner book your honeymoon for you? Would you? Or am I just the only one nuts enough to allow it? He can't even book a table at a restaurant, for God's sake. What have I done? Happy with the way that's looking, so now it's time for some shimmer. So of course I'm going to use the Rose Gold shimmer out of this palette for this look, and I'm taking that on a flat brush as always. This is the number 8 flat brush. The best thing to do with shimmers is just to wet your brush. I'm just going to spritz the number 8 brush with a very secret product. Coming soon to Jolie Beauty. Oh yes, I'm very excited about this one. I can't reveal what it is yet, but I will say it's part of the Uniglow range. So if you have any guesses, then put them down below. I've just completely soaked my mirror. So dignified cleaning it off with my t-shirt, hey? Going in with the Rose Gold, I'm packing that all onto my lid space. As ever, you want to always pat shimmers onto the eyelid, just like you're applying a glitter. Make sure you're using a flat brush for this. A fluffy brush won't give you the same effect. When I've got less product on my brush, I just take it a little bit above the crease to blend it in, and then into the brown as well, just patting to blend the two shades together. Shimmer is down, and you can see just how intense that rose gold is. I just absolutely love the way this looks kind of pinky in some lights and golds in the other. It's just gorgeous. Now to blend the dark with the shimmer, we're just going to pop a little bit of warmth, which was our transition shade. And I'm going to use the number 4 brush just to blend those two shades together. Next up, I'm taking some liner. This is the Inglot Gel Liner in the shade 77, which is a black colour. And I'm just going in and tight lining my waterline, and then also running that just above on the top lash line as well. And now it's time to prep the underneath of the eye for shadow. Taking the Too Faced Born This Way concealer in the shade Vanilla, I'm just popping this all the way underneath my eye, and I'm just going to blend that concealer in with the number 1 eye brush. When you're prepping the underneath your eye, make sure to look up so you can get right in there. I'm quickly going to set that with a little bit of powder so it doesn't move anywhere. I'm just taking the lightest shade out the perfectly sculpted palette on a fluffy face brush and pushing that in underneath the eye. Taking the same Inglot concealer, I'm just going to line the waterline. I'm going to set that eyeliner using the shade Blackout on the number 10 eye brush. This will just help your eyeliner last all day and night. Taking the number 9 pencil brush and the deep dark shade of Mystery, I'm just going to buff that underneath on my lower lash line, joining it up to where we've blown out the shadow on the outer edges as well. And taking a clean number 7 brush in the shade Warmth, I'm just going to blend that underneath that dark shade. Also making a special effort to blend here underneath where we've created that winged blown out liner almost. I'm just going to highlight the inner corner of my eye using the shade Pixie Dust out the Oh So Blinding highlighter palette, and I'm taking that on a number 9 brush and just popping it right in that inner corner. This is the perfect pale rosy gold shade to complement this look. Just going to pop some mascara on, and I'm putting that on the top and the bottom. Then it's time for lashes. I'm using the Style Ariel from our Slaying Lashes collection. paired with our Jolie Beauty Lash Lock glue, and I'm just letting that dry for about 30 seconds before I pop them on. Making sure that lash glue is nice and tacky is the key to making sure that your lashes go on nice and smoothly. Also, using some lash tweezers like the ones I've got here really helps to get an accurate placement, so you don't have to move them about too much. With lashes, it's good to go in from above, get the middle in place where you want it, and then I turn the tweezers round and just secure them on their inner and outer edges, just like that. It's not always just like that, sometimes it's a lot harder than that, I'll be honest. And that's the eye look, just about complete. I'm just gonna pop off camera, finish the rest of my face, and I'll be back in a sec. And that's the final look. I hope you guys have really enjoyed this tutorial today. Don't forget to let me know if I'm a crazy woman for letting my husband plan our honeymoon. I really want to know your thoughts. And as ever, make sure to give this video a big thumbs up and hit that subscribe button. It really does help our channel out. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one if I survive my honeymoon. Mwah!